Season 6, I think a lot of people are going to look at Team A and they're going to say, "Oh, these guys are they're too high variance. You know, they lose lanes sometimes and then they lose the game." I actually don't think that's their issue. I think their issue is they play chaotic and then they get ahead and then they don't win when they're ahead. I think they need to work on finishing out games cleanly, and they did look a lot better as the season progressed with this. But early in the season, they had some games where they had like a 15,000 gold lead, and it was a messy close. They had another one where I think they threw up 10K gold. So definitely that was an issue, and they have improved some, but they have to make sure that they're taking advantage of any advantages they do get, because they're going to have games where they lose lane and lose game, and that's fine as long as you win the games where you win your lanes or you get good picks in mid game. So I think that's going to be the big thing to watch, is can they close out games cleanly when they get advantages?
All right, hello, folks. Welcome back to your friendly neighborhood Shotcaster Shargan here, and I got Fish McGish on the cast with me as well. This looks like exactly the same bands, which makes me have a gut feeling that we're going to have a bit of a swap over here in a second. Yep. I think either we're getting exact same bands again, or this is a reset of the draft, and it is.
See that Kaisa get banned this time.
Get rid of the Kaisa.
Get rid of the Kaisa. Get rid of the Blitzcrank. Very, very strong, very safe pickups right there. A lot of, and then again, triple mid lane ban coming in from Team A.
Honestly, I don't blame A for doing that. You funnel Pure Llama into a champion like Cassiopeia, and you kind of have a general idea of how they're going to play. And so, because a lot of Team Washed is built around Pure Llama's plays, not to say that Erebus and PJ Salt don't pull their own weight. It's just like, by having such a clear playmaker, you just make sure you shut that down. It helps you out so much when you're trying to draft for a champion. And we're going to see the junglers picked up right here. We've got a Voli, which could be flexed.
When is the last time we've seen a Viego? Dude, I have not seen Viego in a while. That's crazy.
It has been a hot minute. It has been a hot minute since we've seen a Viego. I do like that pickup, though, because if he's able to start getting his resets, he has a lot of options that are going to be available to him just based on the 5 members that Team Wash drafts. So now they have to be aware of that fact and kind of go, okay, who can we pick that will counter what Team A is putting up, but we can also counter each other theoretically?
Ooh, Lucian probably going to be a Nami pickup next. I have to imagine. There it is.
Guarantee a Nami pickup. There we go. Right away, Nami pickup. And we have the Amumu support and the Misfortune. I like this pickup. I think it's really, really interesting. And it's going to allow for a lot of hard... Again, you've got the hard engage coming out of Team Ad. They just like to go in. I feel like that's a rare Adam staple.
Yeah, they got a lot of AoE damage on the team for sure. Misfortune just doing so much with that ultimate nowadays. If a move can go in, stun everybody, and then MF just gets to press R for free, you just get blown up, and there's not a whole lot you can do about it. I really like the Lucian Nami pickup, though, because your goal here is to try to shut down Misfortune before she becomes a problem. And the way to do that is to just bully the heck out of her in lane.
And that is a great way to do it. Lucian's passive proccing off of Nami's passive or Nami's E as well. Ooh, interesting. We got quite an interesting set of hovers here.
Ooh.
Not sure where it's gonna go. We have a Shyvana.
It's got to be the top laner of this game, right?
I feel like that's gonna be a Shyvana mid.
You think Shyvana mid?
I think so. Maybe. I could be crazy, which is not unlikely.
No way we see the Katarina pick, right? No way.
I don't know. You never know. It's like they might be thinking, hey, let's just style on these boys and be like, take their namesake. Okay, we have the Sejuani pickup. So I have okay. Already, we've got 2 junglers on both teams that have been picked. And 2 of the... So it might be a Shyvana... maybe it's a Shyvana top, Sejuani top? Oh, and the Syndra. Okay, Syndra also got a huge buff this last patch.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Syndra did get a huge buff. The champion's way, way stronger. So it's got to be at this point, it's got to be Shyvana top, Viego jungle, Rumble in the mid lane against... I don't know. You think it's going to be Sejuani top or Volibear top here for
I would personally rather see a Sejuani top. I just feel like the champion does really, really well into solo lanes and is a lot stronger than people give it credit for, which would just give Volibear a chance to more time to roam around the rest of the map. And because of that, like, I just... my main complaint with the Sejuani pick in general is the fact that you only have one other melee auto source. Personally, whenever I take Sejuani, I like to have at least one other person, 2 other people. So you've got 3 sources of melee autos, be that on the support or potentially on the mid lane with like a Yone or a Yasuo. But it's like, it'll be interesting to see exactly how this ends up playing out. I'm a little up in the air on Team Az draft choice as well, so we'll have to see what it looks like whenever we're actually like on the Rift and able to look at things and kind of gauge where everybody's going to go. So I'm just excited to see it. Has got some great momentum though, like coming into this game.
Oh, for sure. I mean, winning that first game is gonna give you, winning that first game is definitely gonna make you hot-headed. It's definitely gonna be giving you the confidence you need to be making bold plays this game. And with any luck, Oz is going to be able to transition all of that momentum into a victory for this game.
And as we speed up into this 30 seconds into the game, we're already starting to see things kind of starting to play out like as the basic 5-man spread. Nothing too crazy. I don't expect we'll get a lot. Pure Llama's probably going to drop a ball on Red's head, I think.
I mean, maybe, but at this point in the game, is it even worth, like, it does so little damage that is it even worth your mana pool to do that?
It's asserting dominance.
It does assert dominance, all right? Dropping balls on people's heads does assert dominance. Looks like we do have the Sejuani top like you hoped for. I think that is a little bit stronger here. It looks like PG Salt is going to go for the Ignite TP. Maybe look for a kill on Shyvana early here.
Ignite TP. That honestly, one of the things I find really interesting about the last couple of patches is there's a lot more champions that feel comfortable not taking flash. It used to be like that was a spell you took, and then whatever else you took didn't really matter. It's just you took flash, and then whatever you felt comfortable taking. Now we're seeing a lot more Ignite TPs. We're seeing ghost flashes. We're seeing a lot more combinations that I personally enjoy seeing, and I'm kind of excited to see how things shape up in preseason, and hopefully that continues.
I think as far as Ignite TP top lane, we're definitely seeing champions that encourage it a lot more. If you look at Gwen, if you look at Shyvana, Sejuani, these are champions that already have very powerful dashes or very powerful movement abilities that don't really need to be taking flash. Does look like we might have a little bit of a visual bug on the Rumble here. It might just be on Iron.
I'm actually liking that visual bug because then we can see whenever he's got the passive applied to him.
Yeah, it was pretty funny there for a second. Looks like he is back to normal there. He's back to outer space mode. Best Rumble skin in the game, by the way. He literally does half damage if you don't have the skin.
Very, 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 very true. All right, got that coming back. We got some nice damage coming out here in the
Ooh,
bot
Mumu
lane.
going in.
Well,
Just a little, just saying hello. Looks like he is styling on the Vancouver Amumu skin this game. Got the red shoe and yellow shoe. Classic skin going all the way back to the Winter Olympics in, what was it, 2010, I think?
something like that. All right, got a nice stun right there. Pure Llama jumping in right onto Katarina. Katarina having to flash away. Rumble's able to escape. You know, sorry, I should just say the champion name when talking about Katarina Ducamp, just because of the fact that they have Katarina and they're not playing Cat.
Yeah.
Meantime, in the top lane, there you go. That's the damage I'm talking about. Coming out from a Sejuani, able to do quite a bit and be stupidly tanky.
Yeah, and with the grass procs too, getting that, stacking health going on. You're playing a tank. She has so much versatility, honestly. Sejuani top is so good right now because it's a tank that actually can dish out damage when she needs to, but at the same time she offers great gank setups and great team fight versatility and utility, I should say. What do you think of the Viego this game? I think it's a little bit interesting that we saw Viego picked at all.
It's going to be tricky because they're a squishier champion overall. So, like, whenever they go in on these engages, we've got a Volibear running in on a Rare Atom right now, trying to get on top. And there you go. That's how you stop a Volibear charge. You don't hard CC it, because if you do, it's just going to reset. You got to make sure that you slow it down using that Bullet Storm or making it rain on their head. And that's just the way to go.
Right.
Red just kind of casually walking out into mid lane.
He's like, I'm not level 6 yet. It doesn't really matter what I do with my life. And he's like, nothing's really gankable. I'm just gonna get to my camps a little bit quicker here. Walk straight through mid lane. Might as well.
Yep,
Does
take
have
the double crab.
pretty sizable CS lead over this Volibear. He's been sitting in this bush bot lane. Oh, he's looking for the Amumu.
This is a repeat of the previous game where GodX Anime just spent so much time in this bot lane and basically lived there. Just kind of set up shop and was just continually doing whatever they wanted. Jaffe getting a little bit overly aggressive, does get stunned out. They do have a level advantage and a huge CS advantage, almost double the CS of this Sejuani. It's going to be really, really problematic as we get into this. We're about to hit that 5-minute mark, about 15 seconds away from there. And it's just getting kind of crazy.
Another thing I forgot to mention is that Wash did end up deciding to pick blue side this game. They didn't lose their composure and decide to go red side. They said, nope, blue side is stronger. We almost won that last game. A little bit better play, and maybe we could have gotten it. And hopefully it works out for him this time, being on the blue side. Looks like we do already have a pretty...
We got Bully jumping in right on this mid lane. That's going to be first blood.
Boom, just like that, Rumble gets blown up. Kill goes on Volibear. Going to be a pretty... it's actually going to even out that gold lead that Viego has from farming all those camps. Maybe a little awkward here for Volibear now in the back timing, but if he takes his Raptors first, clears his whole bot side, I guess it's not that weird. Not a bad start to this game at all.
It really isn't. We've already seen Wash start to pull ahead. Not a little bit different from their previous game. I mean, the gold is only about 400, so it's like negligible at this point. But that is the first blood gold. So, like, that could end up being huge as this game progresses. Volibear is one of those champions. You get him that Cinder Hulk, he'll just start clearing a lot faster. So that'll be kind of interesting.
Yeah, it looks like we are going to get the tank Volibear build this game. Sometimes they do opt for Sunder. Looks like this is going to be either like a Frostfire, Sunfire, one of those guys. And I think that's
PJ Salt coming in on the top, throws out the bola, does not find his target, and that is going to be really unfortunate. We see Katarina now trying to find a way out of there. They are going to burn a lot of summoner spells in order to escape. It takes 3 members, though, of Wash to actually do something about him. So that is going to be really frustrating.
Yeah, Jaffe decides, man, do I really need to be down here? I'm going to go back home. Says, I don't really want any of these problems, officer. And he has a recurve bow. What are you thinking that's going to turn into? It's either Nashor's or it's Blade of the Ruined King. I know people used to build Blade of the Ruined King on Shyvana, but I haven't seen it in a while.
I think it's going to be a Blade of the Ruined King. I do believe this is going to be an attack speed Shyvana. You're going for those auto attacks, trying to hit as quickly as possible, and then you got the life steal on top of it. It'll be one of the... Like, that's kind of the most common, I think, build in the top lane.
Really, on the Shyvana, huh? That's very interesting because I think she just got changed. They buffed her AP ratios, right? And they decreased the damage, the base damage.
I think so. That might be it.
Huh. All right. Well, I guess the Sejuani, I can definitely understand it.
Let's see here. Now we have got. Sorry, I think I'm a little in the future, I think, in comparison to you.
Oh, you might be.
Yeah, my psychic powers have kicked in, and so I'm a little bit precognitive. There we go. That's the word I'm looking for. My precognition is engaged.
No worries. Looks like Jaffe is opting to loop back around.
Yep,
Decided not to hold the cut.
And right now we got a fight going on, just a little bit of skirmish underneath this top tower. First plate's going to fall right about here. Then we'll see that go down, which is going to be a nice bit of gold into the pocket of Wednesday and Erebus in this bot lane as they try to accelerate this Lucian a little bit more. PJ Salt trying to go in onto Jaffe, does actually manage to get the stun off right there as we see the Bolivar getting the stun as well. Lots of layered damage coming out from the side of Watch, but this equalizer could be devastating. We get the first reset coming out of Viego, manages to pick up the second one, a second reset coming out right here. This is where I was talking about where you got to be afraid. We got the stun thrown out, it goes just a little bit wide, but GodX Anime is going to be taking a lot of damage. The stun as Viego dives in, picking up a third kill for their team, and that is going to even things back up and give them a little bit of a lead in this. That is going to be crazy.
I mean, that was just gorgeously played by Red there on the Viego, barely able to pick up that first soul before he goes down, picks it up, almost instantly gets the kill on Syndra, also picks her soul up, and then they're able to run down the Volibear for the triple, and they got the Rift Herald out of that. Just, who has the Rift Herald? Ooh, wait.
No, Rift Herald wasn't taken during that fight.
Oh, Rift Herald wasn't taken. Okay.
The Rift Herald fight entirely.
Gotcha. Got a little confused there for a second. My bad. But yeah, I mean, just a gorgeous fight there for Team A, able to bring that gold lead back to their side. Looks like they're 1,000 gold up now, and really impressive play there from Red on the Viego. Looks like he has so much money from that he has his Blade of the Rune King already. It's gonna be a huge problem this game.
Yep, Jaffe right there does manage to actually get stunned. They do have the Dragon's Rage ready and waiting just to drop it onto PJ Salt's face. So they're probably just looking for that engage. One thing that was able to do was take away the entirety of the topside jungle away from Team Wash. So that is going to be a lot of gold down on this Volibear. And so we can already see there is a sizable gold lead in addition to the kill difference. So that's going to set poor little GodX Anime behind. So there's have to be looking for some kind of engage across this map.
Yeah, wow. And then Viego also took magical footwear as well. He has such a demanding lead over this Volibear. It is going to be really, really difficult for Wash to have a good macro game here with this Viego being as far ahead as he is. It does look like their bot lane here for Wash is doing pretty well into this misfortune of Mumu. You know, he's not exactly dominating the lane in the way that he wanted to be.
I am a little confused about this rotation in the mid lane. We do have the stun getting thrown out and hits Katarina, but at the same time, we've already got the top laner here to join in on this. Giovanna getting completely blown up. I feel like overestimated their damage there. Rare Adam doing the flash dash in as they get the bandage toss. Huge MF ult finding multiple targets. Does actually manage to pick up a kill. Pure Llama is gone. Volibear had to ult in order to stay alive. They're getting shredded though. So much health is lost. Huge bola to catch the Viego under the tower. Just inside the tower range. Amazingly done. PJ Salt picking up that kill.
And yet another swing in this game, this time towards Wash, and they get the Rift Herald out of it. Wow, I mean, oh my god. I cannot believe how fast Jaffe died at the start of that fight. He just got blown up instantly. So much damage coming out onto him.
It is just absolutely disgusting. And we're seeing right here, the Rift Herald's going to finally go down. So we're going to see that first one go over to the side of Team Wash. That is going to be really nice for them. They're going to be able to get a lot of gold off of this push, I think. They've already started to accelerate their lead. They've started to accelerate some of their champs and get them into that point where they're able to start carrying. We do see that everything is mostly even across the board, though. So like last game, this can swing either direction unless you're PJ Salt and you're throwing that away by barely walking out of that fight.
Yeah, wow, just barely getting away from Jaffe up here in the top lane. He almost gets the solo kill on him, but he's like, I'll be okay.
I was going to say he was holding his flash, but there's literally no flash for him to use.
Yeah, there is no flash for him to use, huh? He's got his TP, though. Didn't hold that.
Well,
Rumble's
yeah,
in a little bit of trouble here.
A little bit. They are going to get stunned out.
Okay, maybe a
Katarina's
lot of
going
it.
to take a lot of damage. Rumble getting completely annihilated as we see the unleashed power just take that health bar down to 0. And we're going to see here in the bot lane, Erebus looking to push this wave in. They do not realize that Red is waiting for them. The bandage toss is going to find the target. The flash cleanse comes out, but unfortunately, the Ami does not have the same escape attempts. And so now we've got Red sitting here with the bubbles, does actually manage to find a way to disengage, avoiding having to go in on this fight. But already the dragon has been started, and this is a good position. Or Volley just dropped the lightning onto the dragon to make it look like they were starting it. This is a good position, though, for they do have priority in the bot lane, and should this Volibear decide to come and fight this dragon, you're going to have Rumble coming up right behind him. They will be able to see that happening, though. They'll see the rotation, so this is going to be an interesting fight.
Yeah, it looks like Volibear might just look for the steal here. Nope, doesn't get it.
Nope. In the meantime, Jaffy's going to be on the top side, Red, and just hit that kill. Unfortunately, Volibear ulting over the wall does not stay alive, as we see Viego once again doing what Viego does, stealing the champion abilities, jumping on top of the squishier targets, going over the wall. Red barely able to get out alive. He's going to be taking so much damage, getting into such a risky spot. But look at the MF double tap damage. That was at least 2 ticks of health, taking the Nami away, and that is going to be sushi for dinner.
Yeah, oh my god, again, Red on this Viego is just looking so dominant this game. Wow. Misfortune pumping out again, like you were saying, that double tap so much damage. It is absolutely insane. Unfortunately, Jaffe did get blown up again in that team fight. Looks like that is the risk of this Blade of the Rune King build, is yeah, you're going to do a lot of damage, but also you're so squishy. And there is so much damage being thrown around from both teams here. Uh-oh. Pure Llama maybe in a little bit of trouble here.
Just in a little bit, as we do see them getting caught out here as Rare Adam running in on this. Let's see here.
Ooh. All right. Anyway, so yeah, again, Jaffe getting kind of blown up in that team fight. But if you're Team Wash, I don't think you care about that dragon too much. You're still up. You're still up.
Oh, now I think your precognition is going ahead for me, as I'm seeing Rare Adam getting brought stupid low, and he's going to get shredded.
Adios. No, I think we're about the same here. Anyway, yeah, dead even game. Maybe a little bit of a lead here for Wash. Looks like we got the Infernal Dragon this game. I don't know if you saw, that was crazy. That last team fight, the Nami, Wednesday on the Nami was waiting for the Infernal Dragon soul to pop so she could walk through the red pit there at the bot side. I was so confused what she was doing, and I saw that, and I was like, wow, that's like 500 IQ play there from Wednesday.
Just a little bit. All right, got Rift Herald dropped on this top turret. Top turret's going to go down. We do see Red doing everything they can to try and stop that, but unfortunately not able to. And then we've got MXL running in on this. The unstoppable dragon goes through the Nami bubble, does actually get burst quite low. We have the Volley dropping the lightning, though, trying to stop Jaffe from continuing this fight. Does not continue the engage. And now we got just Rare Adam just on the side, looking for that bandage toss over the wall. Might find a target. We'll have to see. Nope. Red is going to see God X Anime trying to chase around. Looks like they're going to be running right into that bush. They do manage to find Volibear, but unfortunately, Volibear was kind of waiting for them. They are able to get some damage out. Huge Bola is going to freeze Red in place, but with the Curse of the Sad Mummy, find 3 targets. It's not going to be enough, though, for Wednesday. Wednesday's going to get completely obliterated. Then we got Godex Anime getting shredded, as well as Misfortune manages to pick up the kill. So that is going to be 2 for none on the side in favor of Team A, and they are slowly starting to crack this game open. Trying to bring it back. It is still a very even game.
No, still a super duper even game. What's so surprising about that too is Red and Rare Adam went in by themselves 3v2. It didn't matter to them. They went in, they got 2 kills out of it. Kinda suggests that is in a winning position here, but if you look at the gold difference, looks like Wash should be winning.
I feel like that's just a goal distribution thing, and unfortunately for Team A, I kind of like there's elements of their comp that will be great, but if they miss their skill shots, it's going to go very, very poorly for them. And that's kind of like a one and done sort of team fight. When you look at as well, I feel like overall Wash is going to just have a better long-term team fight. All right, Jaffe getting chased down by PJ Salt does actually manage to dodge the flail on the second strike, so they aren't going to get slowed and brought back into this.
Apologies, I was muted by accident. Sorry, guys. Anyway, yeah, like I was saying, the Sejuani is so far ahead at this point in the game. She's already got a 300 goal shutdown. She's got 3 kills. In these later game team fights, like you were saying, yeah, they should have a big advantage here, Team Wash, especially with these Syndra changes. Once you get the abilities augmented, once you get them upgraded, she's going to be doing so much damage when she has the multiple charges on her abilities.
And like that, those shards are going to be really, really interesting to see how they play out. I'm still not fully like versed in the Syndra update. All I know is that the amount of scaling that you have in this game as it progresses, if you're a good Syndra player, will just be absolutely devastating for your opponents.
No, it's going to be completely insane. I believe you get multiple charges on some of your abilities, and the capability of your champion to scale very, very well into the late game is going to be
rare
wow.
Adam, caught in a bubble. Culling does get dropped in, so that is going to be that's going to be a lot of damage actually out of the game because the Culling didn't find any targets.
No, I mean, the Culling didn't find any targets here, but if you're Lucian with Nami, really all you want to do for the actual team fight is just E in and auto attack people. So
we got the fight starting right there. We got a huge jump in. Volibear going in on the back line. Does actually manage to find MXL. MXL is going to have to use the cleanse in order to try and stay alive. We got Viego, though, getting that first reset. Does manage to find their target. In the meantime, the rest of the fight is going on over by the Dragon Pit, where Katarina Ducant is able to fight off and peel for the rest of their team. They are surviving on a sliver of health. Pure Llama is still alive, but there's not a lot that they can do to contest this dragon. Godex anime does not have the ability to just hop over this wall. It is getting shredded very, very quickly. The smite's going to get dropped, so we do see Viego manage to pick that up, and they are going to be able to get the disengage. That is a fight that while they lost, I think, more members, or they lost the same number of members, picking up that dragon is really good for that Infernal Drake is just going to provide a little bit of extra attack damage. That is exactly what they need to kind of start overcoming some of these defenses on Team Wash.
I mean, I have to agree, but again, if you look at what you're seeing and you look at the stats, they're two different stories here. Team Wash continues to be about 1,000 gold ahead of Odd, but Odd looks so dominant in these team fights, able to pick up the Infernal Dragon there.
Yeah, I honestly, I think that's just the nature of the way these team fights are going to play out. I feel like the team fight is just a little bit stronger on the side of if they're able to hit their engages and they're able to take the fights early. If it's a more extended trade where Lucian has his Culling still up, I feel like that fight would have gone completely different.
Oh yeah, and we do see the rapid fire kit in second from Lucian here. He maybe is a little bit scared of how much damage Team Oz is able to throw out against him. He doesn't want to get assassinated, but anyone wants to stay a little further back, wants to play very safe.
There we go. Red trying to get some fight.
Well, Wednesday get caught out here by Red.
Yep, and doing a decent chunk of damage, but they are going to be able to get away just fine.
Okay, no sushi this time. He does have to blow flash on Nami though.
Oh, wow. We got the making it rain in the mid lane, trying to get an engage, I feel like, off of this. We do see the stun come out. MXL getting hit by that. Not taking a lot of damage, but unfortunately the Misfortune has very little mana right now. So we are going to see the dragon. Jaffe does manage to find the target. Culling is thrown out. Only managed to hit Jaffe a couple of times, though. I feel like only half of those bullets actually found a target. So that is a lot of missed damage coming out from Erebus. However, we're going to see the rest of take advantage of that. Running in on this, Jaffe trying to maintain dragon form does get a lot of damage onto this Sejuani, but it's not going to be enough to steal the red buff away. In the meantime, we're going to rotate over to this mid lane. We see MXL take a tower shot, but as we all know, first tier towers only tickle you. They don't really do damage.
No, they really don't do damage. MXL barely taking any damage there. PJ Salt almost goes down in that last fight, but he's just so tanky it doesn't matter, and unfortunately there's no objective for Team A to be taking by pressuring him off of that. I gotta say, maybe this is the series to watch here again. If you look at it, 11 kills to 11 kills, almost dead even gold, just like the last game. These two teams both seem so equally skilled. It is insane to me how close it is.
All right, then I guess we know what we're betting on. How long is this game gonna go?
I'm gonna say it's gonna be a 40-minute game. I'm gonna say 40 minutes, like 41 minutes. Right around there. I think it's going to go to maybe 5 dragons total.
Okay, you're going to say 40, 41, 5 dragons. I'm hesitant to lean on you in the sense of, like, I think you're relatively right. I'm actually going to say it's going to be a little bit longer.
A little bit longer. You think it's going to be like a 45-minute game, Elder Dragon?
Yeah, in terms of over-under, I'm going to go for over. I know staff's
okay.
going to hate me saying that, but I'm going to go for over.
It could happen. I mean, it could definitely. Oh my God. Do they get this Baron snake here? They're not. Nobody's here on the side of Team A.
Well, if they continue it, they might, but they chose to break off and go for red in the mid lane as PJ Salt is starting to get shredded by this Viego. There we go. Calling, finding targets, finding a lot of damage. We got the Bola coming out, getting the frozen. Curse of the Sad Mummy's going to lock a couple of people in place, but it's not going to matter. Huge knockup as MXL gets caught out as well, and that is going to be Erebus diving in on this Rumble, but unfortunately going to just go ahead and back off. I thought they were going to continue that. Very disappointed in that sense.
I almost feel bad for Katarina on the Rumble there. I mean, that ult was so fantastic, but unfortunately it was just too little, too late, and the rest of his team is just gone already.
Yep. Now they're going to take the Baron.
Huge shutdown for Lucian, by the way, on red, getting that 600 gold shutdown on the Viego. He is going to be really, really huge here, Erebus on the Lucian. And all of a sudden, this game is looking very, very much so in the field of Team Wash as they get this Baron and they manage to pick up the team fight in the mid lane.
A 23-minute and 25-second Baron. That is a very nice way to kick things off if you're Team Washed. You really like being able to get yourself into this good position. I have a feeling this is going to be a long series, folks, so you better strap in. We're going to be here a while.
Oh, man. Well, they may be here a while, but you and I, well, we're only going to be here for the rest of this game, baby. Let's go.
All right, and we got some spiciness going on over here as this dragon is about to spawn. We got 7 seconds on that, and as soon as it's up in the air, we're going to see Godex Anime rotating around, trying to find that engage, looking for that target. We got Misfortune creating some space, making it rain over there. This is, again, we do see that A has control of the river. Both teams, neither side wanting to really give way, but we've just got Wash looking for that hard engage. PJ Salt is ready to dive in, throw that Bola out. The ultimate is back up. Sejuani ultimate is so devastating if it locks down a single target, but then you got the slows in addition. Godex Anime gonna get caught. They're just kind of like, I honestly feel like Wash can just run over this if they really want to. They have the tank.
They have the Baron buff. They have the Baron buff. They just backed. I think they should.
Dragon has been started. Curse of the Sad Mummy is thrown out. Huge amount of CC is being thrown in every which way. We see the Viego manage to take the soul of the Volibears. He becomes the god of the Freljord. Trying to go in on that backline, though. He loses that. And we see that Erebus, Pure Llama, all still up. The damage is alive. Any target that just gets caught out is going to be in trouble. Red has to be really careful right there. He gets stunned and has the blue buff thrown on his head, taking him out.
Man, I don't know if you saw PJ Salt there, but he was the hero that could that team fight. He was 1v3 in the Dragon Pit, stalling as much time as possible for his team to get red off their ADC. That is just a humongous Sejuani. Oh my god, he was taking absolutely no damage from Misfortune there. Crazy team fight coming out again. But unfortunately for Team Wash, is able to pick up that second Infernal Dragon, making this game go to Soul Point here in 5 minutes.
Yep, Soul Point and 5 minutes. If you're you want that final Drake, but I don't. Dragon Soul being as strong as it is, it might be enough to help them even things out.
Oh, I think so. Infernal Soul is going to be so strong for Team A, especially on champions like Shyvana that are able to poke you so hard with that E ability. Misfortune, too, with the double tap with the Q. Oh my god, that is just devastating to have that extra damage from Infernal Soul.
Yep, and as we were talking about earlier, for the builds, it is the Bork and the Triforce, so it is that attack speed Shyvana build, able to just kind of run in there. As soon as it gets on top of you, just absolutely shred you with those claws, doing just so much damage. It's just, it's so painful. But we do see that we've got a Frozen Heart, a Thimble Winter, and an Iron Gauntlet, or Frozen Gauntlet, that is just going to be all of the slows if Sejuani is in there and ready to continue that fight. So that is just a lot of CC and a lot of armor and health that you've got to get through. And if you're red getting caught out like
red.
This, just absolutely devastating. Curse the Sad Mummy's going to get thrown, though, and it's going to find multiple targets. But look at that. The health bar on Misfortune's going to get shredded because she has to stay still while she's doing that. And there we go. Chase down coming out. Jaffe managing to do so much disengage, and the Viego resets just doing so much work.
Yeah, I mean, Red was supposed to be the one getting ambushed there, but it looked like he was the one doing the ambushing. I mean, they jumped on him and he just took absolutely no damage, able to pick up the Volley Bear and the Nami just for the misfortune there. Not a bad trade for Team A, despite the fact that they lost the Baron earlier.
Yep, and we do have quite a bit of tankiness on him, taking that the Sunfire Cape is going to be really, really useful for them as this game progresses. There we go. Red wants to fight. Decides not to fight the Sejuani, though they want to go in on it, doing some damage. They do actually have to worry about the rest of the team showing up, as there's a lot of stalling that PJ Salt's able to do right here. Does manage to get the stun up. Volibear's jumping in, getting a huge stun as we see Red overstay their welcome. Huge damage coming, getting dropped off. There we go. We got Rare Adam getting taken out, as well as the Amumu is fallen, and a massive amount of burst as Pure Llama just scatters the Meek. And we know exactly who the Meek are in this game, and it is definitely Katarina.
Wow.
Oh,
so much
going
damage
on here in the
this
top lane as
late
well.
game.
Jaffe,
he just still getting blown up by his attack speed.
All that armor doesn't do anything against the magic damage. Oh my goodness.
No, I gotta say, I do appreciate this lore blue build Sejuani, though. Look how satisfying those Sejuani items are.
Very, very blue. The only thing that's unfortunate is they're going for a Dead Man's Plate, I believe. Or no, not Dead Man's. That is going to be
Should be Force of Nature, which is going to be blue.
Which is still blue. Still blue. There we go. My brain just wasn't thinking.
So much damage from the Shyvana.
So much. A beautiful bullet time coming out from MXL does actually manage to pick up a kill. And just look at this. This is why Jaffe is actually doing really, really well. He's doing so much to shred the Hellfire PJ Salt. Dodging the Bola is going to find the kill at the last possible second. The delay. So much damage coming out. This turret is going to fall. So that means that the Nexus turret is down. We've been kind of like going back and forth on the way this is going. We have the delays on the backs coming out right here. The Lucian was able to go there and take out the Shyvana. So Shyvana was killed just a second ago. But that is just really devastating for Wash, as they lost so much on that. And they're probably going to lose Baron now, because they can't contest this.
Why? Oh, the Baron is dying so quickly. You just see so much damage coming up from Misfortune now that she has her third item online. The IE is such a huge difference here. Able to blow up that Baron instantly. Maybe we're going to see a little bit of a shorter game than we otherwise would have expected here, with Infernal Soul up now.
I know. We said the over-under, but we're 10 minutes away from the 40-minute mark, and I think that you might be right. You're going to be the... unfortunately, neither of us would win this if it was Price is Right. But we are going to see the Volibear jump in. They do have smite battles coming out, and that is going to be Red Team picking up the soul in the smite fight, picking up the shutdown. Red picking up the Lucian does actually get that kill. If they're going to use that soul now to chase down the allied team members, they're going to find Wednesday. Wednesday's going to get completely shredded. The equalizer taking it from Viego out from under him, and that is going to be huge, as we have the minion wave pushing. They're just going to be Red just walking straight through this mid tower, is going to Baron empower these buffs. They're just going to go straight for this turret, and that is going to be devastating for Wash. They were doing so well, and that is going to be game 2.
Wow.
Going over to Team A.
Absolutely insane match there, Sherigan. Looking so close for the majority of that game, but just able to pick it up at the end there. If I had to give anybody MVP from that game, I would have to give it to Red. Oh my god, he was so dominant all game on the Viego. I was a little bit skeptical at the start to see if it was working, just because we hadn't seen Viego in FOF in so long, but Red making it work and looking absolutely fantastic that game. 2-0 for Team A.
Very beautifully done. Very well done. I feel like the resets and the healing on that Viego definitely played a huge role, like we mentioned. And unfortunately for Washed, I feel like this was a macro play that lost them the game. Like, I feel like that this unfortunately was just really good split decision making. The amount of turrets Jaffe was taking in that top lane while those fights were going on over at Dragon, I was shocked. I did not realize how deep into that base he was getting.
I mean, yeah, just this tank Sejuani could not deal with the anti-tank Shyvana attack speed build like that. I mean, you needed to send somebody else, I guess, to help Shyvana, to help deal with Shyvana, I should say. I mean, otherwise, just your turrets get blown up, and once you have that weak point in your armor, unfortunately for Team Wash, was able to exploit it perfectly. They were able to get the Infernal Soul and just end the game off of it.
Yeah, not a lot that they were able to do, and luckily that just means that is going to be 2 games for Team A, but there could still be a reverse sweep. There is the potential for Wash to make this a 3-2 game series, which I would not put it past them. So folks, stick around and we will be right back.
Since you